Captain's log, stardate 1019201914.0. Starship Enterprise B's log. How are you all doing today, everyone? As you can see, I got my bunny cage right here. So I want to talk about a couple things for a couple of minutes. Chloe's not in right now. She went to go get bread. Apparently, she's been panicked about the bread. As you can see, our pantry is pretty well stocked. She keeps not wanting to use everything. She wants to eat everything else up. So today I want to talk to you all for a minute about what's going on. So, as you can see, I have glasses. So I can now see, So some of you are wondering what's going on. Well, we had a couple problems. One was the neighbor. His dog went ape this morning. Moppy went ape. Then we turned around and found out someone was trying to jingle our doorknob again, like they were trying to break in. So basically, I got up at 5:45 to check it, and then when I got done with the 5:45 snooze time, I went back to sleep till around 11:30 because I was tired. Chloe got up at 9 to go take a bath, and my problem with baths is this, my cousin-in-law, Dinky, and Chick Core, that I like baths myself, but I don't get the first bath. Because I don't get the first bath, I just say, fuck it. And I don't take a bath that day because, frankly, I don't like, oh, well, I need a bath, I need a bath, I need a bath, I mean, she's always on one or two tracks, okay? My Aaron used to call me one track Trixie, okay, for a reason. And that was because basically because my mind was always set on one track. There we go. So one track, okay. Oh, I look cute with my glasses. One track, okay. So one track Trixie. Well, Chloe's two tracks Chloe, okay. Basically, it's am I gonna get a payee? Am I gonna get a payee? Am I gonna get a payee? You're not gonna get a payee, okay. First of all, you gotta be approved for disability. Unfortunately, you don't just get rubber stamped and approved on disability. You see, that's the thing. You got to go through the proper channels. Now, Chloe hasn't gone through the proper channels. Now, I'll tell you why. She can go on the island to get mental help, okay? She's like, oh, they're going to want to pay and they want this, so fuck them. So she basically ran away, okay? She literally ran away. And guess what happened? She's trying to get into CMAR. Now, CMAR is November 12th. Now, for some of you out there, I don't complain that much, but the thing is Chloe's mom, I think, agrees with me wholeheartedly that, and her grandparents and everyone else, that it's not my job to float the ferry tickets to go to CMAR for mental health because Chloe doesn't trust Compass Health. So to me, it's like, now, and a couple other news notes I want to share with you that's really an interesting thing is, besides the thingy, I know Dinky made a comment that every side has a story. I do have the sheriff reports. My advocate got a hold of it. Case is closed. The reason for the case being closed was it was literally Chloe's fault, okay? Chloe basically wears these these sweatshirts, right? And all it's underneath them, I mean, they're very short, so you can see her panties. And she's like showing her legs, going, oh, yeah, look how sexy I am, and hot guys want me. And all of a sudden, a guy comes up interested and lotions her legs and basically tries to get to bone her, stick his penis in her. And, Chloe's like, no, no, no. Eventually, he tried to do it with me, and it was like, no. But the problem was Chloe was running around in her panties in this apartment. I mean, literally, if Chloe and Dinky were here, Chloe would be like, oh, man, look at my sexy legs. And Tara would be like, women don't wear that stuff, But Chloe calls it a comfort thing. To me, I call it a mental illness. You don't fucking sit there and wear a short mini dress and go, oh, yeah, look at me. I'm a real woman now. I'm a real woman now. I mean, literally, that is not what you do. I wear pants. If I had my Starfleet uniform was available, I would be wearing that. And I have, I'm not wearing a bra today, so, et cetera, et cetera. But as a woman, you don't see me sitting there being 41 years old going, oh, no, look at me, I'm hot and cute, gorgeous, I'm a real woman, I'm a real woman. No, I mean, literally, I know Tara J, if Tara J was watching this, would basically agree to a point that it's what you wear that, in my opinion, people say, oh, well, you're just right-wing bigot because, not Tara J, me, of course, because, you don't wear a freaking short dress that shows your legs and be like, oh, yeah, look how hot I am, or look in the mirror all day and go, oh, yeah, look at coat, oh, my God, Thing is the sheriff report stated a couple things, okay? One, apparently, I was intoxicated, and he was intoxicated, the guy, but the guy got a ride home. The sheriff was kind of worried because, I basically made a comment that kind of concerned him, but he didn't get anything around it. Okay, now two was, if, things are different, which, he knows the story, but the problem is it isn't about this, okay? Now, let me just put it this way, okay? Now, look at him. Isn't he cute? Look at that. That's little Ebony right there. Look at the little bunny. He's protecting our baby. He's got his pellets. We picked up pellets yesterday. So my point is, one of the things I'm not venting about today, but it is, is the fact that shuttle, aka ferry tickets, are expensive to the point of no return. I mean, literally, it's like $7, $7.50 for disabled, and like $14 to $15, for just a walk on. Now, we live on an island. It's expensive. We have to literally utilize uh, our stuff, right? So technically, to me, I'm just skeptical. It's like, me. I got paperwork to do for Chloe's Social Security case, and yet Chloe's like, "Let's play Guild Wars. Let's play Guild Wars." It's like, to me, I got to get this done. So I said, "Look, you want to get your chores done and earn stuff, then do your cleaning. I'm gonna sit down in the office and I'm gonna make a finish up the full report, mail it Monday so they get it, so you have everything in order, you know." And then if they have any questions, they can contact me. My thing is I want to make sure that it's watertight, And so one of the things that look at the little bun. He's so cute in the back of his little box. So basically, the point is he's cute. The point is I'm tired of, a lot of different dictations, okay? For one, I went to the store recently, and we almost got sick from food poisoning because temperatures fluctuated, wind fluctuated. We had sandwich meat, and we didn't have a cooler for it. So the cooler has been taken care of. Basically, et cetera, et cetera. Problem is, I'm getting to the point where I am literally tired. Okay. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, I'm kind of concerned about Saint Jose. He has a message a couple days. I hope he's fine because he has a message. I'm worried. But one of my gripes today is I want to vent for a second. Is I got a lot of paperwork today. I got letters to write. I got more letters to write. I got paperwork to put on paper. I don't have a printer. And then I have spreadsheets to finish up. I mean, I got most of the spreadsheets. I had to recalibrate the budget again, making sure everything's calibrated for certain things. And yet, at the same time, I'm kind of concerned for issues, which let's talk about the Advocate for a minute. The Advocate wants to set up a Google Home Hub, which I've always wanted anyways, but or a Amazon Echo Show that can run a basic camera that goes through the window so it can monitor our movements when and if. We just got to deactivate the volume, so it doesn't pick up voice because it'll be inside our house looking out the window. It's like 2 inches by 2 inches, which is not bad, and then hooked up to a Google Home Hub, which again, Chloe has been kind of pissmyrus to me because one of the things I want to complain about with Chloe for a second, here we go, it's about 2 inches by 2 inches. So it's about this big. It's a little camera about this big, it's very small. So basically, 2.2 inches right there. And, the point is it literally, so it's an idea. It's $26. However, the problem is I got to get the Google phone. Now, Chloe keeps nagging me, oh, we're going to spend money on a phone. We need a phone. I need a phone. Well, let me put it this way. One track Trixie, which is me. I used to have a lot of different things on my mind with Aaron. But Chloe, it's, am I going to have a payee? Am I going to have a payee? Am I going to have a payee? And her mom says, well, if you do, you do. Don't worry about it. Other people says the same thing. The problem is first you got to get approved. Now, if you're not going to treatment, you're denied automatically. She explained why she's not on meds, and the guy said, okay, that makes sense, yada, yada, yada. We'll get your records. I don't think they're going to listen to me anyways, but another thing is Chloe broke her glasses the other day out of anger, and so I had to contact the Lions Club and get that all put together for her to get glasses just like me. I wanted small glasses. I wanted these little granny glasses. It looked pretty cool. I'm getting up there in age, but anyways, you can see my hair needs to be dyed. But anyways, let's go on to the back problem right now. So basically, a couple gripes that I have about Chloe is last night I was told by Dinky, my beloved cousin-in-law who loves me dearly, that I needed to invest in a video game for myself. So I went online last night, checked out my computer specs. As you all probably are well aware by now, it's an i7. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it's got an NVIDIA GeForce card with 4 gigs of RAM on the card itself, so it doesn't tap into system memory. It is got a 17-inch screen with Windows 10. So to me, I really love this computer, okay? And I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars on it in the evening. I do need to move my chair from my office in here so I have more support so my back doesn't kill me if I'm playing for long periods, which I might do tonight. But anyways, the point is when it comes to games, I was looking at the first Guild Wars, and it's not free; it's $40. And then he's like, "Go get yourself a game. It's digital only. I don't think you can get it on CD anymore." But point is, she turned around and she threw a fit last night, like calling me a selfish bastard because I wanted to get it, and so my cousin-in-law Dinky, and I think Chloe's mom agrees also that Chloe's not entitled. Okay, Chloe's not entitled. Point is, Chloe isn't entitled. First, she says, "Oh, she wants this." Then she said she wants that. Then she said she wants this. Point is, I think, in my opinion, sorry about that clucking sound. I'm playing a game that gives me notifications on my laptop. It's from the app store. It's called Township. I just love Township. I have like 3 or 4 Townships laying around on tablets. Unfortunately, my Townships keep getting deactivated. It was a high level. I worked my butt off in Township. So, but anyways, back to the entitlement thing. So, Chloe thinks, well, when she gets her retro check, she's gonna pay me back and get a computer and get a desktop and customize it and play games. And you see, these are things that basically are stupid. I mean, when you plan to do things, okay. Now let me put it this way: I've spent almost $25,000 to $30,000 in the course of approximately almost 3 years. Okay, so Chloe promised me the retro check. That's no problem. But then she's like, "Well, I want to move. I want to get out of this shithole place." Problem is, I didn't agree to move. That's the other thing. Two-track Chloe wants to talk about moving all the time. Oh, well, I'm looking out for your heart. Really? You're looking out for my heart, but you don't want me staying in Portland because it's against your rules and regulations because you don't like my cousin-in-law or cousin. Then you turn around and you want me to move to Arizona, which I don't want to move to a red state. Or you want me to move to Pennsylvania or Montana or wherever. I mean, this is just ludicrous, okay? Second thing, again, well, when I get disability, the thing is, it's a win if. That's the thing. It's like TM said, her ex roommate, or Bell, I, BA, breast augmentation of Bell. They both agreed that it's possible that they would be denied. I mean, look, it's, SSI is for people that didn't work. SSDI is for people that has worked. I mean, let's put it this way. Chloe gets approved, okay, hypothetically, okay. 10 years of work credits, okay? Maybe she'll get the $1,100 a month. But what if they turn around and say, "Oh, hi, Chloe, you worked for 10 years off and on. We're gonna give you $492." That's all she gets for the entire month, $492. They'll increase the food stamps a bit, but she'll get $492, for example, Medicare, and then that's without Medicare. So with Medicare, it could be $300 a month the rest of her life. I mean, literally. I mean, a person doesn't realize that could happen. I mean, it depends on how much you make. They say the average worker that's getting Social Security is like $1,100, but they're not taking into account the thing. Like for me, I have survivors and I have my own, so my own's like $459. Mm-hmm. Now, even if you get my own, right? They could turn around and give you SSI, I think, but I don't know how it works. I mean, you get a low amount, you get SSI to cover it. That's fine. You may get $1,200, but it depends on certain issues. I mean, like my mother, she's getting SSI while working, and then when she got full retirement, she was getting full retirement for 4 years, and then she died. So she took early retirement and took her benefits early, and then she put more money back into it. And then when she retired, she had like 920, 930. So it's not easy, with the Social Security schedule. So, but anyways, back to the thing. So my thing is as Dinky knows my terms, don't count your eggs till they're hatched. Well, she's counting the eggs before they're in the basket. And to me, it's wrong because you don't know if you're going to get approved or denied. Now, Chloe's grandmother could be right, get a lawyer. But the thing is, you got to get it denied first. And then you turn around and you go for a lawyer. So technically, it's not an easy peasy Japanesey type thingy. So to me, it's not easy,
Okay,
and so
got some bread and you got some sourdough bagels. I saw I was there, but you got Italian bread, artisan bread actually. There you go.
So, anyways, we save money.
Yep.
So, anyways, the bottom line is, the bottom line is that when it comes to certain issues, like I said, we shouldn't be counting our chickens before they're hatched, and that same goes for Chloe's idea, and it's not a grandiose idea in any way, shape, or form. It's more of a we'll wait and see, because you can't just freaking pack up move when there's no extra money. I mean,
I know that.
and so with me, I'm looking at Portland as an option, but again, it's based on the fact that you have to turn around and get a hold of these housing people. These places, the subsidized, they're so backlogged in Portland.
I'm saying, I'm sorry, okay, just speak. What I'm saying is that, yeah, if we were able to move to Portland, I would take it because your cousin's in Portland.
All I was going to say is the backlog is so backlogged on the Portlandia station that it's backlogged so much that these people are taking applications, apparently, even on a wait list. And by law, they got to do wait lists. And so I'm sitting here scratching my head. And then I've been contacting places with Chloe's Help with Las Vegas, and that's coming to no fruition. So I got applications in mail out.
We only got one possible place in Las Vegas. It was the first one I called, too.
So basically, the point is it's traveling being disabled is hard because, you got to have somewhere to stay. We were lucky to get this place. Now, the management offered me another place somewhere else, in the management facility. It's fine. But my point is I frankly don't want to move out of this place because, A, I like my internet. I mean, I got a contract for 3 years. I just love my internet. It's fast. It's blazing fast. It gets my work done. My projects, my internet project, my budgets. That's it, So, to me, it is really good. Really good, and, now that, like I said in the beginning of the video, everything hinders on, disability, and frankly, like I said, I don't want to alert anyone or make anyone nervous, with Chloe here. So, But you guys get the idea of the pay scale of Social Security, like I said with my mother, she was getting like 800 while working, and then when she retired fully, she was getting like 920. So it depends on how many. And let me just put it this way, okay? The lower the menial job is, the more or less money you get for Social Security. So, for example, if Chloe was a waitress for 40 years, she might get $1,100 maximum. Now, if she was like 16-hour days working as a Cabela's distribution place or a Bass Pro and stockpiling Christmas stuff 2 or 3 year seasons, she might get like 300 or 400. But then you take in their other jobs, and it might increase to 600 or 700. Now, like I said, SSI of course doesn't allow. Yeah, to enjoy yourself, stinky wet Magruder.
Missing his eyes.
Yeah, well, anywho, basically, the whole Social Security thing, we'll wait and see because, but, like I said, when it comes to the other issues, they're minor, trivial stuff. I had a couple of people say, well, get on video, talk about what's on your mind. Well, one of my things was, as, Dinky said, to choose a video game or two for Christmas for myself because I love gaming. And Dinky is completely right. Unfortunately for Dinker, is out of love for Dinky. The problem with Dinks, isn't about Dink, is choosing the right games because, as Dinky and everyone else knows, choosing the wrong game, it might disappoint me and it might also piss off other people. So technically, I got to choose the right games and, yeah, etc., etc. Now, certain games I'd like to try before I die because, it's interesting and I don't want to delay waiting, et cetera, et cetera. So I have advocates like Commander Ayanami who's looking up information for me, helping me out. Like, for example, we were talking about what is the best game to play for Final Fantasy 14 complete right now. They got 4 expansions in the game on console with a controller. I'm talking about the controller itself, using a controller over um over a keyboard, so to me, that's awesome. Unfortunately, Final Fantasy 15 3 expansions will work completely fine on Ultra on my system. The 4th expansion won't work, so it's like Square Enix. If you're listening, Square Enix, you need to decrease your system settings so people can afford a computer without paying $800 for a gaming chip just to play a gaming card to play the game.
Say something. If I do get approved on disability, which I don't think I will, but if I did, and I'm waiting for a retro check to come in, but right now I'm not even filling out this application so I know what comes with disability. Right now I'm waiting to get approved first. Right now I'm not, looking to move until I get approved. And I could start planning to move like 8 months out when I know I'll have that check in. But the thing is, like I said, I got denied when I applied back in 2016, and I might have to appeal it again.
Well, the reason she was denied, for some of you out there wondering, is I have the exhibit file, and I tried to explain this to Chloe's mom, and the exhibit file basically said from their psychiatrist she went to in Ohio. Yeah, thank you. I was just going to get to that. Stated that she's bipolar or has bipolar symptoms. Unfortunately, the insurance companies, as you all know by my gripes many times over, doesn't want to treat borderline. So they train these psychiatrists and therapists. By the way, psychiatrists, therapists, and psychologists don't want to deal with BPD because it drains them. It literally drains them worse. Now, Chloe asked a question earlier, and I never answered it because it just went through one ear and out the other at the time. Because I was like this, trying to tell her the reason Chloe's diagnosis is really severe, why borderline is more severe than the rest is basically it borders between neurosis and psychosis, which means basically it borders on bipolar and borders on schizophrenia. So that's why it's called borderline. We're not having a full-blown manic attack for mania, and you're not having a full psychosis attack, which is schizophrenia. So, which means when it comes to Chloe, she's borderline, which means she has all these grandiose ideas, which, to her, they're not grandiose ideas. I mean, for example, I mean,
the ideas I actually followed through with them, and there are times where the ideas actually worked, and they actually were a good idea. Like I had, or sometimes I had ideas where they're considered grandiose, but I went through with the idea and it actually worked.
Well, let me put it this way, like I said, out of love, for everyone on this channel watching, when it comes to Social Security, Chloe doesn't know this, but say, for example, you work 40 hours a week for, say, 2 or 3 years, right? The minimum pay is like 400. I get on my own Social Security disability account, I get 459. That's without Medicare taking out their premium. So, for example, Chloe could get 6 or 8 or 1,000. That's great, but they could sit there and say, "Well, you only work this much. You get 600 a month. You're not getting SSI. We're going to take $105 out for Medicare. You get $395 or $495. Here you go. Here's a check every month." She's got to make that last. So she might get, say, 1 to 3 years of back pay. Let's just say she gets 3 years of back pay. She might get $12,000, for example, if it's like $400, or whatever. So technically, and that's not including the state wanting their $2,400 or $2,600 or $2,800 that she owes them. So they take that right off the top before she gets a check. So that's why it takes 5 to 8 months to get it, because the state wants their fucking money.
I don't think I'll get it. My check will probably be what, $200?
No.
1,000?
Could be 1,000. It depends on your work, how many work credits you have.
I bet you if I do get approved, I'm only going to make like 350. I'm going to probably get 350 a month, probably.
Well, that's why they increased the food stamps, but at the same time, they don't give her Medicaid. They give her Medicare. So, SSIs.
I don't think, I think if I do get approved, we're not going to be able to afford to move anywhere. I think we should stay on this island.
For example, if Chloe did not have any work experience at all, as I tried to explain this in the beginning of the video, she would be getting $874 in Medicaid. And that is what SSI does for people that are working and they want to take Social Security early, or they're, SSI is also for people that don't work.
They're gonna give me SSI.
SSI has 3 primary problems. 1, you got to be 65 and older and still working to a point, or you have no income, which means you have never worked a day in your life. Chloe knows people that's like that. 2, I'm legally blind, so technically you got to be blind to get SSI. And 3, you got to be deaf. So those are the 3 criteria for SSI. So
with them, getting it, then I'm not going to get that. I'm just going to get.
Now, if they could get a hold of her psychiatrist's appointment and psychologist net records of Asperger's, it'd be rubber stamped. Unfortunately, the state said they don't see anything in that. So Chloe might have to have an appointment with a psychiatrist with Social Security's expense again in this state to see if she's got Asperger's or anything else, But basically what I told Chloe is, with the medical records, it's already proven that she's borderline and it ain't bipolar. People need to realize that even though borderline's bipolar overlap and you can have both, Chloe doesn't have bipolar because Chloe doesn't have the manic side of things where she could be sleeping 3 hours a day and up 21 hours playing video games.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to move. And I don't want to move because I don't want to move because we're not going to be able to afford it. We're not going to be able to afford to leave this island. I think we should just make ourselves comfortable here. This is our home, and it's going to be our home probably for at least 10 to 20 years.
Well, I'm already trying to work on a plan to move. I'm just,
With what money? We don't have money.
Not right now, but I'm holding on to faith that you'll get approved. But then again,
if I do get approved, it could only be like what, $300 a month.
I said it could be more. It depends on how many hours you work for 10 years. That's what I'm saying. If you work 40 hours a week, it increases.
Yeah, but then, but what if that's all I get? And the other,
you don't. I only look.
You said the SSI part.
The SSI part can be turned down, unless because of it. But SSDI could be more for her. I mean, look, Chloe's worked 10 years. Okay, when I was working, I was working at Denny's and as a janitorial place. I had enough work credits, just enough barely to get the minimum, which was $4.59. Chloe's got 10 years apparently from working. So 10 years, that means she's getting more. She can probably get double or even triple what I'm getting.
2006 to 2016 is a 10-year thing. And I worked McDonald's from June of 2006 to October 2007. Walmart October 2007 to May 2008. Labor Ready, I worked on and off, a month for that, and it was during the summer, so it's another month. And then Kroger was September 2008 to June 2011. And then I had Labor Ready, Cabela's. Then after my season ended there, I went straight to Cheddar's. There was a time where I worked 2 jobs. I worked at Cheddar's and Quaker Steak and Lube, and there are days where I worked both jobs.
See,
and then
with her work right there with the paying into Social Security, she's gonna probably get an average of like $750 to $1,300 a month, even $1,400.
When I did my second season of Cabela's, for the first month I was still at Cheddar's, so I only did Cheddar's on the weekend because Cabela's was pretty much an all-day thing. My Cabela's thing ended in January 2013, and then I was out of work, but I went a few days Labor Ready. I worked at McDonald's from March to April 2013. I moved to Arizona. Fry's was June 2013 to January 2014. Eaton Marketing, I worked there once in May 2014. October 2014. Manpower was November 2014 to August 2015. United Blood Service, August 2015 to February 2016, and then there was this janitor job at IKEA that I tried for like a week or two in like September of 2016. And that was the last thing.
You see, she's gonna probably get between $750 and $1,400 with all of those things she just nailed. Me, I only had 2 jobs, so technically 2 jobs I failed, and I'm on disability. So there you go.
What was your wage with both jobs?
I was getting them $750 from Denny's and $14 an hour as a janitor.
$750, say minimum wage at Denny's. So United Blood Services, I was above minimum wage. I was making more than that. Same with Cabela's. Ones I had that were more than minimum wage, that were above the minimum wage was United Blood Services, Manpower. Cabela's.
So basically, Chloe shouldn't get ruffled feathers yet until she's either approved or denied. And right now, we don't know what the average is for Chloe because Social Security hasn't said anything. So you get the idea. So back to my discussion of games. So
I'm going to step outside. While you're doing your so you can finish your video, not me around.
So basically, like I said, she it shouldn't ruffle feathers yet, and yet, the other thing is, like I said, as I was looking at Final Fantasy 14, setting up a subscription, I was also looking at Elder Scrolls Online. My computer's got Elder Scrolls. I just got to buy the expansions. But the thing is I wanted to look into getting Elder Scrolls Online for the PS4 as well. So I thought about emailing Bethesda about that as well and see if I have to pay additional subscriptions if I have both PlayStation 4 and PC. The problem with PlayStation 4 now, let's talk about that for a minute, is to do Elder Scrolls Online, have it renewed every month at $9.99 to $59.99 a year. Is the problem is that I need to buy a PlayStation Plus membership. That's same with Xbox Gold, for example. If we want an ESO on Xbox One, we'd have to pay for Xbox Gold. That's how it works. So anyway, look at it. They get money out of you no matter what. Now PC, you got to pay Elder Scrolls directly. Square Enix is the same way. Square Enix, it's a little caveat where you get Final Fantasy 14 online. You got to pay the online subscription to Square Enix, and then you got to pay for PlayStation, the PlayStation Network every month. So, say you're paying $15 for Final Fantasy 14, then you got to pay $9.99 on up for PlayStation Plus. So anyway, look at it. They find a way to, as they say, they find a way to boondoggle you for money. So now I'm sorry she interrupted the conversation. It was kind of abnormal, but my feelings. TM and VA basically were saying I should basically turn around and express my feelings today. And so to me, I don't like being called names when I want to look into getting Guild Wars 1. And I've been told to get Guild Wars 2. Now, here's the problem with Guild Wars 2, okay? Guild Wars 2, for example. Guild Wars 2 is $30 for the expansions. That's Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. Now, the problem with that is, if I go and buy the $55 package, I get some I get bonuses. Now, if I go and buy the $80 package, I get gems, which Chloe's like, oh, you don't get gems. It's like, well, here's the problem with gems for one, okay? Now, Chloe's outfitted me with the best armor and best weapons throughout my training from level 1 to level 80. So basically, I'm a badass in the game. I can basically drop anything. And with me being a ranger, which I prefer the ranger anyways, because I like to have the little helpers. And so I got Moppy, the brown bear. I'm trying to look for a black bear right now, a juvenile black bear to train. Because the more, areas to explore, the more you get things. But anyway, she doesn't like the idea that I could stockpile and have like 3,000 gold coins if I get rid of the gems. The problem is she keeps asking for gem cards for Christmas, which is fine. The problem is, like I said, is she doesn't like the idea of me having a gem card or more coins than her. To me, if I'm paying the money, I might as well invest in getting these things done, And then the other, Guild Wars 1, again, it's Guild Wars 1 complete. She doesn't like me having that idea because, I can't play, you need to buy me a copy. Thing is, I don't have to buy jack shit. She doesn't even do her job here at home cleaning it. She claims it's depression and all this. Basically, like TM and I were talking about is, TM thinks she can work, and it's an excuse. Depression's an excuse. Well, I get depressed too. I'm bipolar. Problem is, you don't see me, basically. She's like, oh, well, you do that. Well, what'd she do? I told her I paid her well for organizing my clothes in my closet and my drawers. Well, I have tights that I wear from time to time, and she put them all in plastic bags, like this type of bag, and stacked them up and said, oh, there's no room. So, for example, went out Walmart the other day. I was looking for underwear. She turned around. She, I need underwear too. I need underwear too. Point is Chloe doesn't realize that it costs money. I mean, literally, I forfeit so much. Thanks to San Jose, I've been able to get my underwear. I mean, recently I was talking to Jose. I didn't bring up firearms at all. He's a proficient firearms, but the advocate said we're going to set up a camera, and a hub or whatever. But the hub comes. You need to set up. Where Google Home Hub, you need a phone. To get the camera app, you need a phone. They basically, let me just share something with you. This is a Kindle. This is Aaron's Kindle, okay? Kindle Fire. It says Amazon on it. Fortunately, the problem is this is wired for Amazon's crap, so technically you can't use the full experience of a tablet. So I'd have to either buy an Android tablet, set the app up, or I would have to buy a phone, which is $25, and use it that way. Now, I hear all these people say, oh, you need a phone. Yeah, I could get a phone. That's not a problem. The problem is that when it comes to the phone, you know, and to me, the phone's a good idea, but I frankly like my other phone, so I was looking to do phone on layaway. I was going to talk to St. Jose about that at Christmas time. Problem is everything that I have, it's more of a jealousy thing for Chloe. I mean, for example, my laptop. This computer is a badass machine that does gaming really well, and yet Chloe's complaining because, oh, well, I need one of those too. And it's like, I mean, all the grandiose ideas. First, you got to get through what you need to. And two is, if you're really serious about paying me back, you pay me back first before you buy any junk. I mean, look at it. People sit there and say, oh, well, it's not my job to supply underwear. It's not my job to buy food. I mean, the food bank keeps stockpiling black beans, eat the black beans. Fruit cocktail, eat the fruit cocktail. Chili, eat the chili. The baked beans I use when we're running low. The soup I use when I want mushroom soup. Everything here is, and she buys this stuff. People say, oh, well, she doesn't want to pay $1.30 a box for this stuff. She pays 73 cents at Walmart. The other day I was at Walmart. Okay, let me tell you the Walmart story. She filled up our little shopping cart with that stuff, and so I ended up getting 3 packages of sandwich meat. And then she wanted to spend X amount of dollars, $20+ for hearing aid batteries. Well, I just got more free batteries from my hearing aid specialist because every time I go there to get my hearing aid adjusted, she gives me extra batteries out of kindness. And she knows I'm struggling. But, when it comes to all these things, food-wise, I mean, we got like Progresso and chunky soups, eat them up. I mean, literally, to me, it's not cool that you have all this food, you're stockpiling, and then, people say, oh, and then she says, oh, I'm going hungry. We're not going hungry. The chest freezer right here, well, it's right here. This chest freezer is full of chicken legs, okay? And so to me, it is not cool, like Food Bank gives us Hill's sausages from Hillsboro. So sausage is tonight's dinner with eggs, okay? That sounds good and dandy, By the way, the honey ham by Buddings is not that really good for sandwich meats. I prefer Lando Frost chicken over their ham and turkey. So I want to try some other Oscar Mayer flavors, but the rotisserie chicken's good. But I think the rotisserie chicken doesn't taste that good on sourdough. So, but I don't mind sourdough from time to time. But anyways, my point is when it comes to foods, basically what's going on is, that she's not going to go hungry. There you go. The pantry door's open. We keep it open because the neighbor's always complaining about us closing and opening it. And the cupboards, the same, and yada, yada, yada. So, but anyways, back to my story. So, comes to gaming, I've been looking at game ideas for Christmas, and yet, a game for myself. Yet, at the same time, everything that I want, it's a no-no. Oh, I need to play that too. And it's like, how am I supposed to ever get ahead, literally? I got 2 projects to do today, another project to do tomorrow, which is letters, and then I got to finish up everything by the end of the month. And then I might be able to get into the second set of spreadsheets that I've been lazy about because, I'm losing interest in certain games. Literally, I'll talk more about that later, but I'm literally losing interest in certain games. And to me, it's not easy, And then you got pre-orders, I was looking at some pre-orders for December and some other stuff, and etc. I mean, Chloe's upset. My advocate gave me a ticket, a 10-pack of tickets, so I can take the ferry off island. But to do that, I still got to buy her a 10-pack, which is more money, which is like $130. So, add that to it. So to me, just trying to get her off island, she has a taxi service she could set up. The problem is they only take her to Compass and she can walk there, so they don't want to pay. But if she wants to go to CMAR, it's got to come out of my pocket, which, again, to me, it's not right paying $130 out of my own pocket every month. I'm already supplying internet, so, and a roof over her head. And by the way, this light up here is, really good light bulbs. We just put in those little spiral doodads. Our advocate supplied us with a 6-pack, and well, it works really nicely. And to me, I find it to be really good. However, my other gripe is the electric bill is a little expensive. Problem is I don't like using the ceiling fan because it costs money with the motor. And so, to me, yeah, it's not easy. So, but anyways, there's several games I want to talk about next video, but I've gone long enough. So, sorry about the train. That's Township. The notifications letting me know that there's, So, with that said, everyone, I hope you like my video. I'm sorry Chloe was on 1 track or 2 tracks, on her CD, which is pay status. She didn't bring up getting on Social Security, which is track 3 now, and track 1 was moving. Unfortunately, now she's panicked that she ain't gonna get enough money to move because she wants a bigger city and she wants to drag me along. Me, I like country life because I'm a hermit. I like being in my house and I don't want to leave. So, there you have it. So please, 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 please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit that like, subscribe button. So some fun even for your family, including your dogs and your service bunnies. And, we'll talk more about the security cam in another video as well as video games. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit that bell notification for new content. Admiral's Log out. USS Enterprise NCC 1701B. This transmission ends now.